We are getting so excited for some laughs. Comedian Anthony Rodia is coming to the Comedy Zone in Jacksonville tonight and tomorrow, and we're so excited. What inspired you to become a comedian?
My whole thing is, life's too short. Tomorrow's not guaranteed, so why not laugh as much as you can? And at a young age, I realized that I've never seen anybody in a bad mood that was laughing. And I almost got it. You can call it an obsession or an addiction to making people laugh. And the older I got, I tried out comedy when I was younger. And I just got tired of hearing people, in a room laughing, saying, I missed my calling, you missed your shot, or you're doing the wrong. And I was supporting my family. I had a good job. I just didn't like it. And one day something went off in my head and I said, I'm going to give this a shot. And if I fail, I fail. But, I can't go on without trying at least. And 3 years later, I never thought it would amount to, me doing it full time. But it's been a hell of a ride and it's been fun.
What can we expect at a show?
I created 2 characters that are loved by so many of my fans that are actually, people forget that it's me playing them. And what happens is I become almost in competition with my own characters. So people that come to my shows are like, well, do you do the same thing on stage? I'm like, no, why would I charge you to watch the same thing? And all of them say to themselves and to me, how is he going to be funny without his characters that we've grown to love? And my shows, and the best compliment I can get is they come up to me after the show and they go, you remind us who the creator of your characters are, and you don't need them. So my shows are more realistic and more relatable than the videos, believe it or not. So I talk about everything, how I was brought up. I talk about, having a wife and kids, and I relate to a lot of husbands and a lot of wives. I admit my faults on stage and what my wife puts up with. But it's just, I don't write my humor based on what you're going to think or I'm going to think is funny, because that's too diverse. You might laugh at something I won't even laugh at. So right. I write my humor based on who and what is going to be relatable. So if I say something that hits close to home and you're like, wow, that happens to me all the time, especially if you think no one else did that, yeah. It's fun in itself. So just expect to laugh to where your stomach hurts and have it be very relatable.
I love that too, when you can relate. And I feel like a lot of comedians, you're a storyteller in a way as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And those stories do relate to a lot of people. And and that really just draws them in. And I know you've been very busy during the pandemic. You have not stopped at all. You started Road Rage Wednesday, if I can say that correctly. Don't say that 5 times fast. And also you got into the wine industry. Tell us a little about that.
So Road Rage, it started, Road Rage was probably one of the first things I've ever done, but the pandemic, I was in competition with Tiger King and the News, and the News was miserable. So I remember I had over 160 gigs canceled when the pandemic hit. I didn't know what I was going to do. I just quit my job less than a year ago. And I just started putting out videos every night at 7 o'clock and giving people something to laugh at. So Road Rage became extremely popular. And then during the pandemic, I was approached by a wine company, Leno Wines, and they wanted to put my characters on a wine bottle. And I'm a huge wine drinker. So I told them, I said, well, I want it to be, very affordable. I don't want it to be, a $90 bottle of wine in the stores, $10, $15, but I want it to be quality and I want it to be made in Italy. So they said they had a challenge on their hands, but we ended up putting it together. The wine is absolutely phenomenal. I actually drink it. I'm not one of those guys that don't drink his own product. My garage is stocked with it. We have 2 kids, so wine comes in handy at all times. You'll see bottles in my house with just a straw in it, no glass, just a straw.
Relatable. And, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. You listen, with kids and a pandemic, wine is needed. And I said to myself, what more do you need during a pandemic, being locked in the house with your family, other than laughs and alcohol? And it goes hand in hand. And listen, I feel truly blessed. The wine is taking off and the comedy career is following it. So.
Well, we can see you in town again tonight and tomorrow, the Comedy Zone, and you must be 21 or older with a valid ID, and your ID must match the ticket as well. So I wanted to make sure everyone knew that. You can get your tickets at comedyzone.com. Thank you so much for joining us again.
No, my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me on.
Of course. And if you'd like to see this segment again, just head to our website, firstcoastliving.net.